Hey traders, it's Steve from the Stock Index Trading Room, and in this brief video presentation, I want to promote an event we're having Wednesday, March the 16th. We're going to start promptly at 4:30 U.S. Eastern Daylight Savings Time, and we're going to talk about what we're referring to in the room as super signals. Last week, we talked about a super signal we call the spaceship. Today, we're going to talk about another super signal that we call the Batman. And if you've never read this, please do so and come and join us when you're finished. A Batman is a market entry signal that shows us local market failures, which is incredibly powerful. Now we have two types of Batmans. We have just the standard and a non-cycling, and we're going to show you examples of both of those on our chart in just a second. What a Batman does is it gives us an inside look at very local price disagreement. And when structure fails to complete, failures, double tops, double bottoms are failures. And when structure fails to complete, a reversal is almost always in our future. Now, to complete the trade in a Stock Index Trading Room, we use an order flow breakout pattern that leads us into the land of milk and honey. And I'll show you exactly what that looks like. Now, super signal Batman is highly filtered, highly qualified market entry system that gives a distinct trading advantage to our members. Now I'm going to share more in our live event, but more signals. But today we're only going to look at the Batman signal. So what we have, again, March the 16th, 4:30. If you need a link to this, if you're not on our mailing list, please shoot me an email at support@stockindextradingroom.com and we'll get a link to you. Excuse me. And if you want to know more about what we are, go to please visit our website, stockindextradingroom.com. Now today, we're going to continue pinpointing market entries using advanced order flow methods. And today we're going to talk about a breakout order flow method, the Batman, and we'll show you exactly what that looks like in a minute. And we have both Batmans and non-cycling Batmans with needle bar confirmation. And a Batman, again, is a trading a market failure. Now, needle bar confirmation is this middle panel, and basically what we do to confirm our entries is we're looking for a needle bar that closes down with this pink nail head below smart dynamic zone. Smart dynamic zone identifies lots and lots of things, but in this case we're just simply using it for price action structure. These needle bars are live as the bars are filling, and so we're watching this work up and down. We know before this bar prints that if it prints down, it's going to close here. Does that give us the entry we're looking for? And we'll talk about that a little bit as we go through the presentation. One of the things you'll notice is that when we get these pink nail heads below smart dynamic zone, the market tends to go down. Right? Yeah. When we get blue ones above, it tends to go up a little or a lot, and it can get kind of messy. So we don't trade that, but we use that in conjunction with other things. And for a better than good advantage in our trading. Now, all of our indicators were coded, tested, developed, traded, refined by World Cup trading champion Rob Mitchell. The key ingredient to our trading are the smart Renko bars, because Rob figured out somehow how to feed order flow data into a bar. Now, price almost always follows order flow. So if we're feeding order flow into our bar and price is going to follow it, then we have a huge advantage as a bar is printing. So what we look for in a Batman is this. We look for a stalled local price pattern. Green, red, green. Price is going up, price is going down, price is going up. Okay. We're in a downtrend. Up, down, up. Well, that's kind of hard to tell what might be going on here unless we look at Trap Trader Oscillator Advanced, our top panel, and we can see we're getting an order flow read from an inflection point all the way through the midpoint line, all the way through Smart Dynamic Zone. Now we have members that trade this as reversals, and we'll see other examples of those as we go along. But for this presentation, we're going to show the super signal Batman. So I've got green, red, green. We're going up here, we're go up, but I don't have my needle bar confirmation, so I don't have a signal. Okay, so I go red, green, red. I've got type 1 divergence on the right side. That's where the Batman came from. This to me looks like, you know, Batman's cowl and ears. But this is Trap Trader Oscillator is telling me too many people are long. Order flow is getting ready to break down to the downside. And I get a red, green, red price disagreement with down order flow and a needle bar going through structure. Well, I have 4 reasons to try to work with this motion that has over a 90% probability in the past of continuing. We'll talk about signals real quick. We get these signals. This is a sell signal. We're going to show you a recap for this day. This is Friday the 11th. When I'm doing this on Saturday, I do this. I just pick the day before. I don't go three weeks by. I go back 3 weeks and find a really great chart for you. But that's misleading and deceiving to you. It's unfair to you, to be honest with you. So this is just Friday. I'm doing this on Saturday morning. And so we're going to show a recap of these signals on Friday, but we get a red, green, red reversal bar pattern, up, up, failure. Okay. So I get type 1 divergence. We'll draw that in. This is the way we draw them in a room. We get type 1 divergence. So Trap Trader Oscillator saying even though price is the same, order flow is substantially weaker here, much more selling pressure here than here, than here. That gives me an advantage. You'll notice when TTOA tends to go below our midpoint line, we tend to go down. Over here, we go below, 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 below. We tend not to go up until we get up and start hooking up. We get above, up, 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 down. So here we're getting order flow not only weak in this right, or strong selling in this right side, but we get an order flow breakout pattern with needle bar confirmation. And so we're going to sell this. Now I've got some of these loaded. I'm going to go ahead and on our trade markers, and I'll pull that up for you. You can see I had 8 loaded, and we'll go ahead and pull that up. I've got one more I want to show you, and then we're going to be through. So here we get green, red, green. We have type 1 divergence. We're loving it, but we don't get the needle bar confirmation. So this is a very good signal, but not a super signal. Okay, it's not a super signal. So we're going to continue on here. We'll look, we see we've got green, red, green, type 1 divergence on the right side. Order flow is telling us it's incredibly strong because price, this red bar price selling could almost just barely got Trap Trader Oscillator back to the midpoint. And then we fired up above. And here we have our needle bar confirmed bar. We have this entry here. And you can see how it found this bottom major market failure depending on how you would want to trade that on and on and on. See, here we've got a green, red, green pattern, but we don't have type 1 divergence, so there's no signal there. Here we have green, red, green pattern, but we don't have needle bar confirmation. Again, a good signal, but not a great signal. And let's see. Oh, here, yeah, I could put this in a recap, but that wouldn't be fair. We don't have blue above our green line. We don't have one of these above our green line. So I'm sure we had a lot of members that took that. It's a really nice Batman signal, but it's not fair to put it in this recap. Here we have something, we get red, green, red, but we've got this, which is sort of opposite of what we look for. Now, we had an arrow, sell arrow right here in the room on Friday because we do other things with this pattern, especially the right side of this pattern. You can see our needle bar fire through. We have some other things over here that we like, a nice 5-point winner there. Okay, now I'm going to teach us and we're going to be through. Or we'll do a recap and we're going to be through. So here, this is how breakout order flow works. This is how we use this to our advantage in a room. So you see we have price that's sort of going sideways, and this is, a minute or so. This is not real fast. Red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green. So no real advantage. When we look at TTOA, and no real advantage. Up, down, up, down, up, down, hovering across the midpoint line. But then all of a sudden in this bar, order flow, super smart Rinko's reading order flow within this bar, notices a tremendous uptick in selling pressure. Well, that's pretty important, I would think. So what we have on the right side of this structure, which is where we want it, is now we have a weak Batman, type 1 divergence, and we're breaking through this green. This is order flow support, and we're breaking through that. And here we have our needle bar confirmation. So here we have a super signal Batman. Red, green, red, green, red, green. But on the right side, we're getting order flow breakout. And we have lots of members that will start screaming when this happens. They're just so very excited. And so what we're going to do is since it's a Batman with a needle bar confirmation, we're going to sell that. We're going to put a sell signal right there. And it worked well. So the rest of these we have marked for the day. You'll see green, red, green. We get needle bar confirmation right here. That's not a very good signal. All right, here's one that didn't do. I went 4 points. Not a great signal, but it's a weak Batman, and our needle bar completes the picture. And I'm going to thumb through the rest of these real quick. Oh yeah, here's one. Same as the red cell breakout. Here we have a situation where we're hovering around the midpoint line. And finally, on the right side of the structure, we get a breakout to the upside in order flow with a needle bar confirming. Our needle bar gets above the green line, TTOA, in a slight divergence. It goes up, and so there's this is a non-cycling Batman to where we get a local double bottom in this case. And we have all of the factors we would look for in a Batman. It's just spread out a little more. We have type 1 divergence, barely. We have a needle bar that confirms up. And away we go. And then we have one that works for 2 points here. That's not a very good, but type 1 divergence, needle bars up. And a nice sell here, type 1 divergence, and our needle bar goes through. And away we go. And I don't know how many others we have. We don't need to go through. Here's one that in the middle of congestion, a lot of our members would have sold that. I did not put that in a study. So what we have here is we have 9 signals for Friday the 11th. Again, just the first day that we looked at. Now, this is our smart trade markers software, and its legend is right here. And what it does is it was designed actually by one of our members to recap trades per designed to be able to recap exactly what NinjaTrader Super Dom. You can trade 3 different lots, different prices. You can trail, you can put break even, you can do all of the ATM strategies that Super Dom has Chris coded into this. And so what we have is we just mark the entries as they have, and we do our recap. Now, what we show is we show we show 1, 2, and 5. We don't suggest anyone trade that. Okay, that's not what this is about. We have traders that will trade for scalp for 1 point, and they're interested in what would that do 100% on this Friday. We have traders that would want to trade for 2 points. What would that do? We'll recalculate for 2 points, and it was 100%. So every entry that the super signal Batman gave on Friday went 2 or more points. And some traders want to trade it, hold it a little longer. Rob did a 1,000 bar or more study about just the ES, and it likes to move in 7 and 9 point chunks. So we look at a 2-point reversal bar to get in. Each one of these continuation bars is a full point. So we know that after 5 points, the probability of continuing it without reversal gets less than 50%. So that seems a little bit like pushing the rock uphill to some of us. We're not suggesting that you would trade a trade for 1 or 5 points. This is just different scenarios for different trader beliefs. Okay, so we put our 5-point trade in here, and you see we're at 70% win rate. Incredible signal. Now this is a bit high, not a lot high, but this is a bit high. It turned out to be a good day, and we use a 15 tick stop. You can use less, you can use more, you can massage this any way you want, but to be consistent, this is what we report on, as we have for the past 1.5 years or so. So for this day, for Friday the 11th, the super signal Batman was 100% for 1 point, 100% for 2 points, and 70% for 5 points with a 15 tick stop, which of course is just so it's pretty powerful. A pretty nice system to trade. Our members love it and take full advantage. Most of our members that have been with us a while are taking full advantage of these signals. So if you would like to do the same, come and join us Wednesday. We'll do I'll have a longer than 1 day depth report, and I just missed one here. Anyway, I'll have a longer than 1 day. I'll do a week or 2, but the numbers aren't going to change a lot. We know what the numbers are for a long period of time. And like I said, I just grabbed this. I wanted to share this with you. We're going to do a little more detail on Friday. And we actually have another signal. We have the spaceship, and then we have one we call follow the leader. That's a super signal. And then we have the Batman with needle bar confirmation. So on behalf of Rob Mitchell, World Cup Trading Champion, I'm Steve Myers from the Stuck Index Trading Room. Shoot me an email if you want a link or have questions. Come and join us and start taking advantage of these. We really look forward. We hope to see you Wednesday, the 16th at 4:30. Come and join us, spend a bit of time, learn a little bit more in detail about this, and maybe this is a trading advantage you've been looking for.